McKay to give him a little block. Massages it to half forward, Curnow. Wiedering wants to bring it across and then take a long option, and that's Cripps. O'Brien comes in, shovels the handball to Cripps.
Ball, Blues looking better here as they mount a challenge early in the second quarter.
Fumble from Edwards. Cripps now Canarchi's back. Dow, quick release. Just
such great poise with the footy. Cripps charges through. He tried to run over one. Got it to Gibbons around the corner.
The skipper there has stepped up there. That's his 6th score involvement out of their 8 scores. The momentum just knocking it forward.
Stand there for me, Liam. Stand. Ion!
checks the kick nicely to Silvani.
Plugger's tail.
It's unbelievable.
It's incredible, isn't it? To think a footballer was able to achieve what Plugger did. Here's Cripps. Been a giant in this game so far, Gibbons. Blues, they eventually get it out of defence. Cripps with the tackle after the attempted spoil. That's you. Doherty, gee, that's not well directed. It really made hard work of it.
The voice too. 2013, the last time.
Up, Jamie Elliott playing on quickly.
0-3 last weekend for Degoe. He opens his account for the year. A chance for Mackay. Quickly Fisher found Murphy. Mackay again over the top, floats the ball. Cripps runs into trouble, gets out of trouble. Works his way through, does well, gets the handball away just in time. Williams, low ball, sweet kick.
Lower the ice, and we see Paddy Cripps, we talked about it in the pre-game, it just is his strength to withstand tackles, not get frightened when there's people around.
And fans have seen the replay, and I think even they agree, which is tidy. Murphy by hand. Blues a chance. Cripps over the top. Dow takes on steel side bottom. Little.
We just see here that Carlton wanting to push the ball forward. Get
to Cripps.
Ball spills. Sire like a bull. Noble picks it up. Tackle is strong. Curnow tries to work it back to Williamson or Pitternet. Fires back in Noble's direction, and he's taken immediately.
Missed Gibbons. Swarming the Blues. Cripps, Murphy.
Sits it up for Cripps, put it in front of him nicely. Cripps territory, ran into Walsh, gets it back anyway, tries to strip the ball away. And they're looking splendid at the moment. Cripps, great core strength.
Going instead to the Carlton skipper. Just pops it to half forward. You can see
he's on. Heads in the Cripps direction. Got some separation from his man and took a good double grabber. Flicked away. Cripps, he was manhandled, didn't have it. He mesmerised him again there. Not that he hasn't been in form. 21 possessions round 2, 28 possessions round 1, but he hasn't been in Patrick Cripps' form. But he's finding form now. And the Carlton party continues.
But Cripps is about to get Carlton going again. Mackay holds his ground, he goes shorter, he's spotted, been getting plenty of footy out of defence, but Carlton are winning it at the source. Cripps, Williams is flying. For 3 goals, 2 to nothing, as well as that miss, and that's going to be incorrect disposal. And Patrick Cripps will line up for another. And to extend Carlton's lead to be on 10 goals. And the Blues fans are having a day out at the footy. It's been a long time coming.
It's a good point. It's the thousands here, it's the thousands at home as well that go, yep.
Forward there for a while with Silvani round the body. High one forward. Mackay parked under it. Cripps this time, surely. Blues get their second.
By Silvani, gets it to a dangerous spot, and Cripps read it beautifully. Good contest from Harry Mackay.
Greenwood. Anderson.
Sexton put some pressure on Curnow. Beautiful hands from Cripps.
Long as he kicked it. Body line in the ball was Swallow. Ran into a brick wall in the form of Cripps.
Fired up. Well, I guarantee the last 2 goals. Put in the path of Sam Walsh. Markov did well coming back the other way. Not even strength of Weller.
Setterfield's hands were good. Cripps, fresh legs at Kennedy are important. From behind, Cripps, look at him go, burst through, all set up for the champ. Powell did nicely. Lukosius got belted from behind.
Howie, we kept a close eye on him. If he was a racehorse, they'd put a screen around him.
He couldn't move, could he? May's the medical sub last week. Cripps, Lyons keeps a close eye on the Carlton skipper.
It's interesting, isn't it?
We can go on the ruck. Cripps by hand. Walsh. Still.
He knows a bit about it. High praise.
So, Walsh handballs to space. Cripps fills the space. Plowman. So goes to Casbolt. Ray Georgiades as Cripps just bangs it straight out of the middle. Pack a play. Some real flow to the Blues at the moment though. Cripps had a bit more time than he thought. Bangs it around the corner. That was clever from Wiedering.
When they looked most dangerous was the attractive proposition.
Cripps.
That's hard.
Round the corner. McGovern does pretty well in the end.
Been pretty exceptional.
The ability to affect the contest with just...
It probably didn't register with him that it was hard. He just tried to get it out in front of the player he knew he had forward. Who
throws himself at the footy, tried hard all night. Cripps always tries hard, steps through a tackle, slider, hits Mackay.
Applauding the fact that he's in for his first game in over a year. Cripps long.
Goes through. Picked up by Cripps and away they go. Here's a chance. McGovern lines them up and kicks the goal. First goal.
And Harris Andrews, who that normally for Andrews is
in running with Cripps, and he's running with the ball. And a line down behind play here. Neil with a rolled ankle.
And here's
Cripps, the former Bomber and West Coast Eagles star Michael. And the umpire circling him the ball this up.
In a game of attrition so far. Oh, that's free kick.
could have taken a head off.
It's a late call, but beautiful kick. Beautiful kick.
Clever kick from Cripps.
Points the difference. Blues need to get something here. So Cripps gets the handball going.
Waiting for it with Wiedering. Spears it towards Cripps.
Blues, they get a lucky bounce. Cripps tracks it beautifully. Curnow going to run on to it again.
Great ball, although Heppel coughed it up to Cripps. He's almost impossible to tackle first up off the ground and ended up in the direction of Paddy Cripps.
Inside the corridor and open up a few more options to them.
Stand, play on.
Cripps speaking about the corridor and here's Sard. Cripps wanted to get it back to him with a leg. Sends it now the Petrevski-Seton direction, but ghosting in nicely. Put himself up with hooker. Really professionally done. Stringer is good news there, Jimmy. It's a big afternoon unfolding here for the Blues. Paddy Cripps, he rolls through and the champ kicks it. What a moment. Bursting out of the centre of the MCG. And his teammates love him. 4 unanswered goals now. Carlton, Betts, Cripps, Cunningham, straightens, goals, Blues by 15. So Carlton just starting to work their way into this game now. Spread the play.
Just tried to flip it back to Sweet. Cripps got a hand in. Can now release the runner. Casbolt tries to create a contest. It spills to Cripps. Visionary handball over the top. Desperately needed clearance is what they need. Cripps, Treloar.
Over, I think next Saturday night. So that'll be an absolute beauty. Cripps able to get away. Right foot snap, had a little bit too much bend on it, I think. No, it's a goal. It's there. So Cripps kicks the goal.
Play on.
Cripps out of side, got an injured player on the ground. Dangerous to walk around him. Cripps continues, Pitternet.
Job in the middle of really starting to get all the pieces of the puzzle.
We're chatting before the game with some of their most rusted on fans. Tough one to handle. Now they put some real heat on Lever. That's holding the ball. Cripps, brilliant extraction.
This ultra quiet Cripps. Mackay.
Salem. Won't quite get to Max Gawn, who was the target.
Hunt. Melbourne can kick another one. It's going to really open up. So the Blues send.
Gawn That's holding the ball, taken in a tackle, so just a little bit of something here for the Blues. Just got a kick in, that'll work to Cripps. They'll get the first entry. Mackay, free kick.
Good thump away there by Greaves it was, the young Hawthorn player. In the meantime, it's Cripps, 2 bounces. Looks up, little short kick.
Setterfield got hands on it, couldn't mark it. Cripps, delightful pickup. Slung 360, got a bad one-on-one to go to. Cripps keeps it alive nicely.
The handballs were over the top of Phillips's head. Phillips goes hard as he always does. Dives on top of it. Cripps needs to crash through, and does. Just did enough. Body, no stat for that, but it made the difference. Silvani now has a bounce. Not much up forward, has a second bounce.
Played a little bit to allow the Carlton players to get inside 50. Gee, that's a
second time. Good second, third effort. Cripps bounces off. Cripps waits, tackles, and the umpire bounces.
We need a stock up. And now Cripps. Brings it inboard. It's got a couple of options, as you can see.
And that's 50 as well. So some discipline falling away here for the Swans.
Coming from behind the play and unlucky for Mills, but you'd say clever play by Paddy Cripps. Drew the 50.
Take them however they come. They've had a couple gifted to them, the Blues, and they're in front.
Here it is. That's the free kick. No doubt about that one. Let's see what happens. Watch Callum Mills. There's the fake. He just called stand. He knew as soon as the whistle went that he'd done the wrong thing, but
they got there first. Cripps got the hands for Harry Cunningham in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Cripps, Sard, runs away from Wicks, brings it inboard and finds Cripps.
Pinternet.
And on Wiedering they took offence to. It's okay, he's still allowed to fly the flag, be physical.
Advantage taken, as you heard. Good forward heat from Gibbons. And again, Cripps pounded into the ground.
It's 3 this quarter for Jordan Dawson. He was getting very frustrated.
Good awareness from Cripps to know that Dawson was a chance to fall into his back.
Cripps called to play on, and he does, and that's superb. Absolutely brilliant.
Just nailed it beautifully. Great shot. He's having a big game for the Blues, trying to lead his team to what would be a really important win for their season.
How to play ball. Wicks, they've already had a couple of stoushes, these two.
Pick through the traffic. McInerney taken in a tackle by Cottrell. Cripps with the snap, gets one back.
Second effort, and just stayed around the ball. Good pressure got it to him, and great finish, gives his team.
And he's in the middle of it. There he is, Paddy Cripps. Releases Walsh. Goes and finds it himself, the skipper. To half forward.
Went cleverly short to Paddy Cripps, who's been called to play on, and now another short pass. Mackay. Kick at goal with set shots. He's 18-15. On the set from half back. Down the line. Cripps on the... Goes long and in amongst 3 contests. Now Mark Murphy. Wobbling, floating kick. It's effective in the end to Paddy Cripps. Slapped it on intelligently to Cripps. He's going to take on the faulty tackle. He just shows no regard for the tackler. Zach Williams, don't you laugh, Bolts. Where were you on the 2K?
Nowhere near that as well.
Here's Cripps out the back door. Here go the Blues. Little handball over the top. Saw about 35-40 metres. Good kick by Silvani after he initially got his balance.
Oh, he's down the line he goes, hoping for Cripps, who is
a ball. So Obi went flat out at the footy, as he always does.
I don't think they do anymore, I don't think they have to.
Really? It was compulsory, Joe.
Here. Dow waited a while, gave it off to Cripps, lobs it over the top to into that margin in a big way, given the way they're currently going. Here's an opportunity for the Blues, though. Cripps got a few runs.
Curnow, little wobbler, but it finds Cripps, and they're away. From the ball up. O'Brien v Silvani, and Cripps extracts it to Walsh. Young Eddie turns 35 later this year. Cripps, the Blues Superman. And Dow had that distance covered without the shepherd. De Koning about to pounce. Blues on fire at the moment, and Cripps, little shrug off. Hanging off him like a cape at the moment, and the Blues Superman goes long. There's no kryptonite for Cripps tonight. Or to win, Cripps almost couldn't quite, and he lays a hard tackle on Jimmy Rowe. Started superbly. Now Cripps on the run. Smith trying to shut him down. Cripps goes back, waits, takes some time, mesmerised them. Dives in, they dive on him. Curnow, Cripps, and he kept it in, and then Seedsman grabbed by Cripps. Rips it clear, gave it to Cripps, wobbled one, and Silvani's got it on 50.
Acceleration pace away from there. But
Walsh coming off a great first term again. Wobbles one to half forward. Cripps, he looks fine now. Pounced on it, gave it to Mackay, danced inside, handed it up. Known goal kicker, Owies. He's having a great season too. Eddie tight ropes the boundary to Cripps, who gets up and holds it. Logue thought he had him. Stumps it into the deck to Koning and lob. Down to Cripps, flicked it to Dow. Chips it down the line. Cripps weedering. Bends it in the Cripps direction. In the holes. Cripps sits it up, hoping for a leaper. Great hands. Curnow winds his way inside. Sends it long. Well, Mackay get a jump at it. Cripps did. Gathered his own crumb.
Almost all season. I think I've heard you say a number of times, Wayne, how many games have the Lions have.
Against the grain. Wasn't a lot. Got it off his knuckles to the back, not forward. Kennedy to Cripps, to Kennedy, to Cripps, to Kennedy. Nicely worked.
by now.
Gee, mongrels that forward, and Cripps back in the middle. Cripps got it from Casbolt, floats it over the top. Menegola turns it over. Now Cripps on the run, needs to be good with this pass to Betts. Couldn't get it and go. Cripps, did he overcommit into the back? And he picked the pocket of O'Connor. Williams, Nunes, and now Cripps has to go. Great grab, really. Stanley ripped it out of the air, and
The game ball didn't make the distance in the end, so they did well and get it to the boundary line. Sherry.
I think sometimes you've just got to kick it to the advantage of your teammate rather than...
He's going to check side it. Just Paddy Cripps. Hits it high, hits it wonderfully well. The skipper goes bang, and that's what the Blues needed to straighten themselves up.
We don't often see the check side, Howie. It's more...
Came back nicely.
That was just beautiful kick.
Straight through the middle.
Zach Williams, low ball to Cripps. On the footy, outside of the foot is clever to Cripps. Cripps kicked the opening goal of the second term. It was a check side from the pocket. Stilted approach by the skipper. He comes in, and he's nailed it.
Chip kick, Ed Curnow in game 200 to the skipper Cripps. On the run, majestic, and puts it through.
Saad gets rid of Connolly. Cripps then.
Hasn't been ready to go. I'm not sure whether he was told not to.
Here, Plowman brings it away. He's pursued. Cripps has got a piece of crowd, centre of the ground, holding the ball.
Genuine attempt. Straight back to him. Hold. Stand. Stand.
And that's 50 all day long. Paddy Cripps kicks the goal.
Coming in here with Honey. Cripps fends off Dunstan. And now nurses the kick to...
Bottom sharp, read it well, taken high, play on advantage.
Co-captain wants to go on with it. Thought about going by hand. Instead, he sets it up for Charlie Kerner.
But the Blues had a solid last half of this quarter. Cripps, the bull, breaks through them all. And the short pass is okay. It was the required.
Just the tap onto the two advantage. Keeps the ball alive, but forward. The sharpness to step through. It's good close-up vision just to see the elite move.
Hold out. Cripps steals it through the traffic. They're trying to run with the ball, but they couldn't flick it. Rare fumble from Green, but it was a tough half volley. Cripps. Hogan, he made it work. Hands it to Cripps. About to get caught. Got his arms free. And Kerno with the bender. That's beautiful.